What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jamar, man. I'm back at it again. Today we got adorable animals that are actually deadly. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe.
It's their big round eyes, chubby cheeks, or bushy tails. Some animals are just undeniably cute. But don't be fooled. Some of the cutest, sweetest, most harmless looking animals hold deadly secrets. Yep, whether it's a cute koala, a funny looking frog, or a pudgy little platypus, if you get too close to these animals, you might not come back alive. So get comfy and make sure you're taking notes, because these are some adorable animals that are actually deadly.
With the volume. That sounds good.
Perfect platypus. In my opinion, platypuses are animals that are as adorable as they are weird. The strange semi-aquatic mammal has a beak like a duck's, a tail like a beaver, and fur like an otter. But instead of looking like a freaky Frankenstein of all these things, it's a pretty cute little critter that loves to frolic around in the water and receive tummy tickles. Artists have even made semi-realistic dolls of these adorable animals that make them look even cuter. Aww. But these adorable animals, which are native to Australia and Tasmania, also have another strange characteristic. Hidden on their hind legs, platypus carry a venomous spur. Used to defend itself, it injects between 2 and 4 milliliters of venom into its attacker's bloodstream. I don't think that's a feature the dolls come with. At least I really hope it isn't. Fortunately, it's only males who possess this deadly ability, with females carrying rudimentary spurs that fall off a year into their lives. This means all puggles, which is the hilariously adorable name for a baby platypus, are born with their venomous development. Ooh. But depending what's on the receiving end of this spur, the results can be lethal. Now I know what you're thinking. Could a platypus spur kill me? Well, as a matter of fact, no. But for small animals like a dog, for example, it could take just one dose to finish them off. But even though you're not a dog, you don't want a platypus to attack you. The pain from this venom is apparently very intense. So strong, in fact, that one study reported that it doesn't respond to morphine. And the horrors don't end there. Case studies report that the pain can eventually develop into hyperalgesia, a form of increased pain sensitivity that can last for months. If you're unlucky, you could even end up with muscular atrophy, where your muscle tissues start to thin and wear away around the affected area.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Suddenly these critters are less and more
I'm good on period platypus, bro.
Sweet slow loris. There's nothing cuter than large round eyes on an animal. If they're blessed with a pair of those, they can get away with just about anything. And no eyes are cuter than those of the slow loris. These pint-sized primates have massive baby-like eyes, which, because they're nocturnal by nature, help them see in the dark. They're not fast movers either, which leaves them almost defenseless. Almost.
What is it?
Slow loris may look lovable, but that doesn't make them friendly.
I don't know.
No, in fact, these guys are solitary creatures who will bite you if approached. But before they do, they'll raise their arms over their head. Not to protect their noggins, but to lick their underarms. Bit weird, right? Well, they have glands underneath their armpits that ooze a noxious oil. When they lick those glands, their saliva combines with the oil to concoct a venom. This fills the grooves of their canines, which can deliver a bite strong enough to pierce through bone. The venom then eats the flesh away, leaving the victim with wounds that have almost no chance of healing. One of just 2 venomous mammals known to man, the other being the platypus, slow lorises hold the distinction of being the only venomous primate. And boy, do they fill that quota. So don't let their adorable appearance draw you in, or you might have to wave goodbye to your own fingers. Before you do though, why not use those fingers to click on those like and subscribe buttons down below? All done? Great. What have we got next? Pretty pufferfish. Have you ever seen a pufferfish up close before? You can't help but fall in love with the charming little smile and the big eyes plastered on their oddly adorable fishy faces. Usually found in tropical oceans, pufferfish range in size from a single inch up to 2 feet long. Of course, they're mainly known for their defensive tactic of inflating when threatened or disturbed, like a big spiky balloon full of either air or water. And should the predator dare disturb the pufferfish's peace, these guys turn from cute to killer. These fish are toxic, containing a lethal substance called tetrodotoxin, which to humans is up to 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide.
I don't even
One
want to see
species that
no
knows
more.
this
Oh
all
my
too well
God,
are
nasty. That
dolphins.
gave me chills.
Dolphins have been known to take tiny bites out of the toxic fish. Not enough for a lethal injection, but enough to get them high. Yep, dolphins have learned that they enter a trance-like state when they nibble on pufferfish, and will purposely do
dolphins be
so
getting
just for fun.
high.
Yes, even dolphins need to find a way to relax. But what if a predator was dumb enough to eat a whole one? Well, scarily, pufferfish are served to humans in some parts of the world.
Dolphins be getting low.
Join large-scale battles with
What the
military.
Hey, I know the channel. Make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
For professional clean. If unwashed, pufferfish toxin will block sodium channels in an organism's neurons, restricting nerve function. If that happens, their muscles will stop being able to control movement, triggering suffocation and heart failure. And there's enough toxin in an average pufferfish to kill not one, not two, but 30 adult humans.
Oh no.
And there's no known
Bro,
antidote.
still giving me
So
chills,
if you're
bro.
at a restaurant and
Looking
see
at me,
pufferfish
bro.
on the
Why you
menu,
looking at me?
I'd go somewhere else. Unless you fancy ordering dessert from the emergency room. As unexpectedly terrifying as some of these self-defense tactics are, what do you do when it comes to defending your data? How do you protect your details from falling into the hands of malicious data thieves and third-party scammers? Well, this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access.
Sponsor that.
Rolls of blubber. These are the ingredients for one of the world's cutest creations. I'm talking about seals, of course. Leopard seals, to be exact. The third largest seal species in the world, growing up to 1,300 pounds and 10 feet long. With their agile bodies and hefty heads, these seals can reach speeds of up to 25 miles per hour when in the water. So with that size and speed, a single leopard seal could make a formidable foe for a human. But incredibly, they're known to be friendly towards us. Amazingly, it's well documented that leopard seals are wonderfully curious animals and have been known to investigate and play with divers visiting their Antarctic habitat. Considering how cool and fun they seem to be, I don't even know why they've made this list. Oh wait, yep, it just came back to me. While they can be friendly, leopard seals are also very dangerous. In 2003, marine biologist Kirsty Brown was snorkeling in the Antarctic when she was suddenly dragged underwater by a leopard seal. No one knows what provoked this, but by the time the seal was through, Kirsty was 200 feet underwater, and sadly, she didn't make it out of the water alive. Again, looks can be deceiving, and cuteness can kill. So if you ever come across one of these animals, be sure to avoid them, or your fate could be well and truly sealed. Delightful dolphins. It's pretty hard not to love dolphins. They're super sociable, sweet-natured, and intelligent. All characteristics that help make up one exclusively adorable animal, right? You might want to think again. Dolphins may be smiley, but they're also kind of psycho, because these mammals kill other animals in their droves, for fun, and they've got the tools to do some serious damage. Their beaks can act as bludgeons or clubs, while their sharp teeth are used to slash away viciously at their target. Pods of dolphins have been recorded killing hundreds of porpoises in a single go, but then won't eat any of the carcasses, indicating their murderous urges aren't linked to their appetites.
They're not even hungry.
Some dolphins are so psycho, they've even been known to target their own offspring. Off the coast of Scotland, a scientist watched in shock as an adult dolphin picked up its calf and smacked it against the water for nearly an hour. Not only that, but in Virginia, researchers found at least 9 dolphin calves bearing the puncture marks of adult dolphin teeth. But it's not just porpoises and their own offspring they target. People have been pulled underwater by dolphins as well. Back in 1999, one woman who fed a small pod of dolphins and then jumped into the water to swim with them was promptly attacked and ended up having to rip her left leg out from the dolphin's jaw. Fortunately, she survived. Just. Cute koala. Now, have you ever noticed that people think bears are incredibly cute? Whether it's pandas, Paddington, or Boo Boo, we just can't resist them. Even Australia's native koalas, or should I say, especially koalas. At a little over 3 feet in height, they look more like teddy bears than real bears. And that's for good reason. Despite being known as koala bears, they aren't actually real bears. They're marsupials. Their diet is almost exclusively based on eucalyptus leaves, which takes a lot of energy to digest, and they can sleep for up to 22 hours a day. And when they're asleep, they look like little furry angels. It's a different story when they're awake, though, as they've earned the name koala
he look
bears
crazy. He look
for
crazy.
a reason.
He look
They
crazy.
possess claws and teeth, and they do not respond lightly to provocation. Take the case of South Australia's Marianne Forster. Back in 2014, Marianne was out walking her two dogs when one spotted a koala in a tree and raced over. Pulling Marianne along for the ride, the Australian assumed the koala would ignore her. Instead, the koala suddenly pounced on the dogs, and then turned its sight on Marianne. It clawed at her leg and bit down so hard she couldn't get it off. After she'd wrestled with the brutal bear and pried its jaws off her legs, Marianne required 12 stitches. The koala probably believed it was in a territorial standoff, but still, you can't help but wonder what would have happened if the koala kept up its attack.
Koala bear, bro.
Whoa, it almost doesn't bear thinking about.
Man, I would have got rid of them dogs. First of all, how you gonna get me into the... Nah, bro. I done got rid of them. What kind of dogs that was, bro? That better have been some Chihuahua. Whatever type of dogs it was. First of all, you gonna get me into the situation. Then you gonna let the koala bear beat y'all up and then attack me? Hey, man, that's gonna be the end of this video, bro. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel.